Aegis and then be ready. I think they need to look to take engagements pre-BKB. If BKBs come out, like Ali said, where Razor has this and can lock onto the Warden, their kind of damage mitigation, their teamfight type spells are kind of useless. So it's all about that critical first Roshan kind of point. Carl loves those. I'm sure Carl would love to talk about it as well.
Sure, we can ask him about it, because we're going to send it over to our casters, Capitalist and Kyle.
Thank you, Tsunami. I have to say, I am terribly disappointed. I was really hoping we were going to be able to see the core Winter Wyvern again. I've been a big fan of it ever since Ice was running it in the off lane, but not here. Tundra give us the swerve, and they go ahead and pick up the Razor, which is probably for the best, Kyle. I mean, this looks like a pretty decent Razor game to me. Good hero to run over an Arc Warden as well.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm so
I
strong,
actually
guys. I'm so strong.
love Core Wyvern. I got owned by it a couple times yesterday. Just the new ulti where you're able to deal damage throughout means that at a certain point you just start soloing heroes. But either way, Grimstroke plus Wyvern's a cool support duo because you always have the potential for the double curse. I'm not actually sure how that interacts.
Yeah, that isn't good.
That isn't
good. It's good.
That's a good point.
It's good if you're Core Wyvern, because Core Wyvern can put damage in to those heroes. So, but if you're Support Wyvern, all it means is you're getting a double Splinter's Blast.
That's a very good point. I take back everything that I said. I've been doing a lot of research on this new Gambit roster. I'm a big fan. Lorenoff is like, I think, the prototype for what you want in a mid player nowadays. 18, almost like 8K in prize winnings, 11,000 plus MMR, and hungry. And a big fan as well of Ein, as a VP prodigy used to be, was playing with the current VP roster until he was moved away for Kingslayer, but just a big fan of the squad. I like the draft too. Lots of team fight, and I'm a big believer in Arc Warden.
You know, I like how you say turn, but what you mean by that is basically undiscovered. The fact that they aren't playing with a major tier 1 team, just you're trying to find that hidden gem.
Yeah, you gotta exactly. This we're looking at this like, oh, it's just a casual summer event. There's $400,000 on the line. I won a couple world championships in Han. It was like a fourth of this prize pool, you know? Like, I guarantee you Lorenoff's going to be tryharding. So he took a nasty link mid.
Good old back in my day Kyle showing up again. You know what's funny is that undiscovered gem, I think, is a good way to describe Lorenoff across, like from an international perspective. But I did actually have a conversation with FNG at the Animator, and he told me that he thinks Lorenoff is like, he's the next thing. He's the next big thing coming out of Eastern Europe. He thinks this guy.
All this team fight, in my view.
Nothing stands in my way.
Yeah, and we heard from the panel, and I would probably agree. I think most viewers would also agree with the fact that even though ASM.GMB did go to the major, obviously with a different lineup and stuff, they are not the favorites for this matchup against Tundra. Tundra, even though they didn't get to qualify to the major, have shown that they have been consistently strong within Western Europe and have managed to take on some of the better teams. So.
Wait a second. Why you're saying that Tundra are favored in this matchup? Why do you say that?
Well,
they're from Western Europe, Cap. That's one of the weakest regions.
That is true. I'll give you that one.
Pointless effort.
Eastern Europe, meanwhile, Team Spirit managed to get top 8. Hell yeah. Go
exactly. VP ran into some tough teams.
Yes. Yes, they ran into some tough teams the last major, too. Unfortunate. All right, so you would say you're a big believer in Arc Warden. Are you a big believer in Arc Warden this game?
That's the question. So I'm not really sure. The relationship with Wyvern is the one that interests me, because if you catch him out with the Flux, a clone spawn, the Wyvern just dies to Wraiths, and Cold Embrace doesn't function as well against Arc Warden as it does traditional hard carries, because you have such a wide array of magical damage you can output as well.
Sure.
But at the same time, is Razor DK going to be able to just get on top of the Arc Warden? We'll see. I think that they have enough team fight to protect him, and Dream theoretically should be able to be more of a split pusher, only joining when he's significantly ahead in the net worth.
And of course, we're looking at the big picture of this game because, to be honest, I'm not expecting an early kill out of these lanes. I mean, DK Grimstroke, but they're up against a range core, so unlikely they're going to be killing Dream anytime soon. Our mid lane matchup is one of those that Razor isn't Razor favored against Puck. I know Puck has options to get away and like break the static link, but you should still be winning in C.
I think it's definitely better than most heroes. Like Razor, I think is slightly favored, but to your point, like he's never killing Puck, and especially with all the rune control, I think that's where Puck thrives because it's pretty easy for you to control both bounties if you really want to, potentially even both runes.
And I said that because I thought, I glanced at the CS board and I thought 9 was behind, but the truth is 9 just has a shit ton of denies. He's got 9, now 10 denies over Lornoff, so this man is really focused on limiting the Puck's farm.
I was just checking in with the chat to make sure my mic was fine. It's the same one, but I did make some alterations, notably putting my face about 6 inches from it instead of 2 feet. I didn't realize that would make such a difference.
I swear to God, Kyle, this is your job. I do not know these.
I have not been
Proximity
working
to the
remote.
microphone might be important.
I didn't realize. I thought, you know, if it was a quiet room, it wouldn't be that big of a difference. But I've learned my lesson. Okay, I got to talk to you on Twitter. I had people DMing me. I had JJ make a thread. We're getting there. All right, I'm learning.
Oh man, you got to get used to this. This is the age of remote broadcasting, no?
It's okay. I got the whole setup. You just wait, Cap. I'm gonna have colorful lights and a green screen, and I'm gonna start streaming. Oh yeah, a disco ball of RGBs. The newest thing.
All right. Yes, thank you. Helping out, Kyle. Watching the Enchanters kind of run around this creep. Lornoff once again gonna make the runaway from 9. Again, just no kill opportunities, but in general, Tundra is walking away, I think, with well, not even that big of a lead.
It's an even game.
It is a very even game, actually.
It's like completely even. I think depends. Who do you view as the late game threat here? I think it's a toss up, but I'd probably lean Gambit just because of the superior team fight.
Yeah, I think Gambit as well. I think Tundra, especially since I've watched Medusas lose so many late game scenarios, I feel like this hero is strongest when you hit that like really good like 30-35 minute timer. And again, against an Arc Warden, and as you say, the big team fight of AS.GMB, I think that's what you're going to be shooting. You're going to shoot for going high ground around 30-35. Oh, this could be first blood. Ein does indeed go down. 33 picks up that kill. I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough between a Dragonite's limited damage and an Inkswell, but...
Did you see Dream went Mithril Hammer first item? Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Into a DK, right?
Yeah. Why not the Javelin?
Exactly, because it's cheaper as well. Like, it's so much gold to save. 1,600 gold was his first money spent in this entire game. Like, starting items, that is crazy.
Okay, counterpoint though, it now means that he is has higher base damage. Mid lane, they're gonna drop in onto the Razor. He's immediately dead, and not much that Fana can do about that.
And that's gonna be the big edge for ASM.GMB here, because their Puck is basically a guaranteed kill every coil. And on the side of Tundra, you don't really have that answer. Oh, nice.
Still hunting. Lornoff with his double damage should be able to find the kill on Defada. One by one, the supports are TPing in, trying to save this mid tower from both the DD Puck as well as the Siege Wagon. And of course, it will stay alive, but damage has kind of already been done.
Yeah, you take those though. You got what you came for.
Yeah.
And you were saying just basically that he can last it better under tower, right?
Yeah, he's up against a Dragonite who does that damage reduction. He has relatively high base damage as well. So he's saying this is going to be a chill-ass game, boy, and I'm just going to be hitting CS all the time. That's my only focus.
Look at what he has queued up. It's just, he's going to finish the Maelstrom at 7.5, and he's just going to go Midas right after. You talk about chill games. I mean, he has a good read, I think.
Putting down 9 does manage to enchant Dispel off the Inkswell, so 9 does not manage to run him down very far. Now the coil, this is going to be disaster for Tundra. Monaco Gambit should be able to sweep up both of these kills as Lorinov continues to just set the pace of this game.
I didn't listen to the panel at the end of that too. Were they EU biased?
I would say that they thought this was relatively easy draft-wise.
Okay, we'll see.
They did favor Tundra over.
Yeah, noobs. What are you gonna do? Jenkins, don't listen to them. Don't let them corrupt you and your perfect NA insight. But the thing is that this Lorinov.
See, I'm disappointed in Robson. You know, like these other guys, they didn't cover Eastern Europe like we did. You know, but
true.
Robson,
I'm telling you,
Robson.
Lorinov is the real deal, and I don't like. You actually can't deal with Puck as Tundra. You'll have answers once you have Blink on DK, and you can even see like DK recognizes this, so he just went for an Urn, and now he's rushing it. Also see a lot of these alt players picking up Urn. I don't know how much of a fan I am, especially on a hero like DK, but we'll see how it plays out. Trouble is, like, they have no catch, absolutely zero catch. Razor as Elastic with the Medusa core isn't bad, but you kind of have to be ahead. And also surprised 9 went for this 3-point Link build, but who's he linking? You don't really play with Link in mid against Puck at this stage, and the lack of max plasma field is going to really hurt his ability to accelerate and farm stacks in jungle. Just a bit of a weird decision making.
You don't think that Winner's Curse into Group Stroke Silence or potentially catching the Puck with Soulbind, like you don't think we already have a DK, and then the supports do have some options. Like, you don't think that's enough?
No, I don't mean to kill Puck. I mean to like kill things in general. Like they don't have a natural move maker, and that's what's missing. They're gonna have 3-3 pop ult and start hitting tower in a couple minutes. He actually finished phase boots. I have not seen those on DK. I guess just to run away from the flux. I'm having difficulty seeing why.
Well, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he wants the extra bit of boosted movement speed to get on top of the arc.
Okay, I'll give you true.
But yeah, I'm not even sure if he can really hit that tower, right? Like, Dragonites usually operate by being able to poke at towers, but that's what our Warden's really good against.
Who knows, man? It's just, I mean, Skeeter's buying a Midas. It's like, we watched so much Dota at the Major. Come back yesterday. OG, absolutely destroyed. We're back here. And what do we see? Both carries buying a Midas. Farm in the triangle. Yeah, I miss this. This is the Dota that I pay to watch.
You are being incredibly sarcastic right now, aren't you, Kyle?
This is the macro
I know
game,
you hate Dusa a lot. And Arc Warden is basically Dusa as an illusion hero. That being said, it does. This is something we have seen from Skeeter before, right? Hanamitis in some ways does make sense, just because the if you go Aghanim Scepter, you need that level 20 as fast as possible.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about it.
You're very non-committal today, aren't you?
I can't. I'm trying to be kind, unbiased analyst, and I have some very strong...
Did you think we were too mean yesterday, OG? You're trying to be a nicer person.
Their fans were very mean to me, Cap. Thankfully, their team won't be in the tournament for much longer. But, you know, it made me reconsider some things. So I'll, for the record, state I'm very against Medusa buying Midas. We'll see how things play out. Smoke gank. They're going to find 9.
They're going to be able to jump onto him. No real answer. Oh, jeez. I didn't think the rabbit was actually going to come out there, but I guess they blow all the ultimates. They're going to try and steal this stack as quick as possible. Skeeter actually putting himself forward here. He's going to stone gaze forward with the Inkswell, stunning up the two of them. Silence as well. Can they actually be able to burst down these heroes? They can. Lorinov gets rended by the Phantom and now goes back out, this time on the Pine. 33. He's going to chase after these heroes, but unfortunately the Untouchable makes things a little bit rough for him, so it's going to take a long time to get this kill. Meanwhile, Stinky does actually die to Afterlife.
What?
He just got slapped to death.
Good lord. He's anchor smashed him to death. I dig it though. Early phase boots just kept up with him. Nice movement there. I mean, that whole fight, the only reason they get anything on the side of Tundra is a great soulbind. Got to be a little more cautious on Lordoff. That's, as you said, pretty much the one thing that kills him. But taking this mid tower is huge for ASM.GMB, but their next move should be here. And we'll see this. They just overcommit. Snake King's like, hey, what's up? That's a soulbind. And Skeeter, really nice job, just kind of standing his ground. Has faith in his teammates, and the Inkswell proc is enough to secure that kill. But yeah, I'm just with the 1 point passive ultimate, pretty much unkillable.
Yeah, you don't usually see Medusas be that fearless when they're out of mana, but Skeeter accepts the helping hand of Snake King and does help them manage to get at least that kill onto the Puck, which is one. Still, though, big problem. Warden wasn't part of that fight. Dream has since finished up his hand at minus, has been farming up like a machine. We'll soon have Boots of Travel. And I don't even think, like, I was surprised by the Ravage drop, but to be honest, can Tundra take advantage of this timing where there's a bunch of cooldowns? Like, I don't think so, because their lineup just can't really hit towers very well against Arc Warden.
Exactly, and you can see the way they've itemized. Nothing, about 9.
They're gonna try. 9, sneaking around, trying to do the best possible. The Sunrays burn him out, though, and they very easily do manage to get that kill. A single target hero against an Arc Warden, and it goes to show the downfall of the Static Link in this situation. The other Arc Warden clone just killed.
Tower is under attack.
I'd really like to see someone on Gambit pick up a Veil of Discord. Very effective in a game like this. They have just such an absolute mass amount of spell damage. Really benefits their Puck specifically. And yeah, so Tundra are itemizing for the late game with the Midases, the boss push on 9. But the thing is, they need BKBs too. If you don't get a BKB, you actually can't fight. Afterlife, I love this. He just went Hood, so he's not a target for his enemies. And now he's going to buy a Blink Dagger. And their strat is going to be wait for cooldowns as they have them up now. Egg Ravage ready, slow as well. And they're just going to run and kill whoever the hell they want.
See them go into the triangle again. This time around, they're going to be running into 33's Dragonite, who's going to be a bit harder hero to kill, but they still have plenty of damage thanks to the fact that Phoenix, who does feel like it's fully back in the meta once again due to the success of LGD picking this hero. Always good to be able to see that percentage-based damage burn against these tankier heroes.
Now they're gonna just rinse, repeat. All right, everybody to the jungle. They still have Ravage, but I don't think that they feel too pressured. And this kind of goes back to the Medusa Midas, Cap, because Arc Warden is pretty much your counter. Can play just as greedy, but with less risk. And scaled better, pushes lanes better. It's here to beat you. So you're playing the slow passive game against the hero that was basically only works in a slow passive.
Well, we're gonna see them pick up the Blink Dagger on 33, so maybe that's when they can finally start getting a little bit more active and try and take advantage of whenever these cooldowns are used. Other than that, I mean, they've got a bot's Razor, so it's not like he's got a real good combat item right now. It's going to work towards a BKB, but that's going to be a while. I don't think they can really wait for that to make moves. Nice deny there on the board.
And yeah, Tundra are pretty comfortable on their side of the map. As Iron is going to press bottom. There's a little danger here. There's already a Midas up on Peter. Or, sorry, a Mana. So he's definitely keeping up. Just, I'm waiting to see. I mean, they have the blink on 3-3. So now Tundra, 17 minutes in, they can finally look to get aggressive. But I don't know if they want to be here. Afterlife, he's on the way.
Chain stun up this Phoenix. Can they get off the silence to make sure? Actually, just the chain stuns is good enough. They don't need the Phantom to go out. Still, though, Peter has taken a lot of damage. Gets off the Stone Gaze just before the Ravage. That means the two ranged heroes can't really go on his Peter any longer. And Afterlife is in deep now. 33 to make use of it. While you're deeping and Dream. Oh, no. This was an ambitious deep. By ambitious, I mean dumb as hell. That was not the place to be right there. Soul binded to his own clone. Now the Thunder Force hanging out to dry here. Afterlife is going to try and chase down 33 at 9. This re-raid of this team fight. They managed to run down Lornoff. Now they're going to go. They have a stun. No Dragon Tail, so Afterlife will manage to TP out. But, whoa. That felt like Dream just threw away a bit of this game. They were doing really well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't mind if I do.
What was that?
Where did he he TP's right into their tier 1.
Like, yeah, and then they're just like, oh, hey, that's the Arc Warden. We know for sure because he just spawned this clone in front of us. Like, if you're gonna make this move, like, they're so strong. All they have to do is fight his 5, Cap. You know, Afterlife, he didn't go the blink move to Solar Crest. He's got to be there. Like, the whole team just has to be there. Immersion gets caught diving forwards. If they just use Ravage Egg, it's an unlosable team fight, and now they've given away their lead. Still in an okay spot, but now the synergies of their cooldowns are off, which really sucks because Immersion, he wants to egg, but he's not gonna fight until Coil and Ravage are both up, so we'll just be hanging out.
4,000 net worth lead for AS.GMB went down to 2K after that team fight, but again, it's peaking back up. The power of this double hand of minus for Dream and the fact that the other cores on AS.GMB do feel pretty comfortable farming some of these bits and pieces of the map without being threatened by Tundra too much.
Minor criticism, if you're watching, you might be on the other screen, but Ice Frog, why? Thank you, JJ. You're literally reading my mind. Why does Medusa have a 15% evasion talent at level 10? Why is Terrorblades 16% at level 10? Like, what? Talisman of that is literally 1,300 gold of an item. Talisman of Evasion, 15% for free at level 10.
Thank you, Scriff. Well, he's almost got the Aghanim Scepter, so he is going to be able to get really close to level 20 by the time he has that. So the Hand of Midas, in some ways, should pay off soon. And at that point in time, I feel like that's just kind of go time for Tundra, right? Then they will have hit a big team fight peak where the Medusa is going to stop scaling as well, but will be really powerful for the next
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No.
You can see there. Oh, sorry, I was reading Thompson Cap, so thankfully we got a fight coming up. No, we don't.
I don't think we do. I think they're just going to hold out around this tier 1 tower. All right, there's the Aghanim Scepter. There's the smoke.
Radiant's
Warden smoke up. They've got Bonds on 9, so he can join them in 6 seconds. As long as Decoy didn't die. They're actually going to poke at Roshan here. That wasn't quite what I expected from AS.GMB. They're going to jump in. 33, lead the way with Inks while they actually run into line. Take that. Very slow, free kill. Okay, maybe it's not free at all. Maybe they're just going to run out of damage. Maybe they can't kill him at all. Tater is at half of his mana pool already, and they couldn't even kill the 5 position enchanter.
What was that question you had asked, Cap? I didn't get a chance to address it. Now I've forgotten it.
I was going to say that basically with the Aghanim Scepter, because it's not trying to scale with a Scotty as much, I feel like from this point to level 20, they're just going to have to team fight a lot. 33 burned down by the Sun Ray, looks like. As Fada doesn't even bother trying to go for the Cold Embrace, because what's the point? It's just a bunch of magic damage.
I think it's just that you recognize we're going to have to team fight, because AS.GMB are just going to run at us. I love Ein, by the way. Like, this man, like, or I guess this centaur lady. Fluffy hat treads Dragonlance?
It's a dryad.
Okay, sure.
Middle tower has fallen.
He's deceptively tanky. He didn't even have level 2 untouchable. He was isolated as 5 heroes attacked him and cast a spell, but they still don't even kill him. And now that's a free roast.
They've got 3 right-clicking cores. You know, like untouchable is godly good. It may actually be a free road shot. I was a little bit like, oh, it won't really be, but once again, Ein is going to bring the smoke. Once again, Ein is not going to die. Okay, maybe he will. Winter's Curse, Soulbind goes down. 2-man silence. same time, they can still just barely kill him. Like down of Lorenoff, and they're going to chase after 9 here. They want this kill. They're going to be able to coil. Immediately breaks it. 9, though, has no BKB. No way to save himself from the damage of the puck. Who now hits level 15, 12% spell amp. But apparently, AS Monaco Gambit are not done being aggressive as they're going to smoke into the triangle here and see if they can find a little bit more. Boarding out Sunray, leading things off. Being given over to Skeeter so he can escape faster, but Snake King's life is forfeit.
They're doing it right. And up top, Speed Dream just pressing the tower. Now with a butterfly. I mean, the item... Okay, so it's one of the higher items, right? So very good for giving clone damage. But typically when we see Arc Warden, you know, MKB is necessary against Medusa. That eventually, well, built-in evasion I think already makes it necessary, but Mystical Butterfly will come out at some point. And Medusa is one of the better heroes at just straight up getting an MKB. That's what he's going to go for next. I'm not a fan of the item because you already have Bubble, right? That's the evasion that's going to force MKBs already. So now you just make that item incredibly value instead of just like 9 out of 10 value. The Hex, E-Blade. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Jumping forward once again, gunning for Ein. And once again, they're going to find their nukes aren't quite enough to be able to kill this Enchantress. Is able to get off the heal, but they just need a little bit more, and finally the Stroke of Fate finishes them off. The rest of AS Monaco Gambit, though, are doing a good job each time of disengaging. Even if Ein does fall, ultimately he is in a fine position, and the rest of these heroes are happy just to dodge this fight. I mean, AS Monaco Gambit, I think they're very content with the state of the game. They're up 6,000 net worth right now. And they've got, as we talked about earlier, the superior 5-on-5 team.
Oh, yeah. But not forever. The BKB on 9. We're going to have one on 3-3 soon. No, just kidding. He's given up on it. He's like, you know what? I can't get any goddamn gold. There's heroes everywhere taking all the creeps. I'm just going to go Halberd. 9,
Bishop board, 33. They're going to be able to get the silence, so no Icarus dive emerging, getting caught in the front lines once again. The rest of AS Monaco Gambit backing away, and they can only accept these bleeding away these kills so many times.
They're still doing okay. I mean, just watching the carries net worth skyrocket, very entertaining as they just leave the rest of their teams in the dust. Trouble is, Tundra's 2 cores probably function better without net worth. 9, his job is going to be the BKB, run forward to the heavy lane. This is one of the stranger games. You know, this is very off meta from the games we saw at the major. Typically,
bottom tower is under attack.
I guess Arc Warden is sort of in that PL Terrorblade Naga conversation, but typically he wins games in a different position.
Alright, AS Monaco Gambit is going to smoke up here. Arc Warden does have the Wraith off cooldown here. Ein just barreling forward, looking to be able to slow somebody down, but I don't think they can go for the Medusa first, especially Medusa that now has level 20, and the Arc Warden can't be here. Reminder, there's no creeps nearby for him to be able to TP into, so Ein, bit by bit, is going to get poked to death here, and the rest of his team
Respect the
failing
hustle,
to
though.
find an opening.
Like, it's the plan. I will check the high ground, team. Follow me. If the fight looks good, we're gonna kill them. If not, leave me behind, and I shall respawn to lead us forward yet again.
A prize!
Very dramatic of him.
I'm listening into the comms, and it's actually exactly in that intonation. I like this decision from the puck, though. Lorenoff, he's going to get the Lincolns up, so he really only fears Curse, Soulbind, and DK Tail, so theoretically should be comfortable outplaying his opponent. He does have that split second of immunity to the first spell. He's got to be cautious, though, when Active Halberd comes up, because then 3-3 has a relatively instant cast way to proc Lincolns and land stun afterwards.
Once again, finding Immersion, who just cannot seem to help himself in playing the front lines here. Meanwhile, Fada, he can play the front lines because he's got an Eon disc. He will be coiled up here, snaps the coil, see if they can burst him down before he gets off anything. Phase shift to be sure he doesn't actually get off at the Winters first, but it does cause Afterlife his run down. It's BKB 9 and a Glenk, and he just kind of runs a single core down. Not much Afterlife can do about that one, and not much Ein can do about his position either. Feels like Tundra is beginning to get some real momentum into this game, and AS.Gambit is left with nothing but split pushing now.
I just don't know what they're doing, Cap. That's like the third time a support's just died. The second time Immersion actually has died on that hill, perhaps even on that same ward. Like,
no,
the team fight is insane. They just keep dying. Like, let Dream push the lanes. I don't know if you watched any replays of ESL1 Cap. I was talking with Fogged about it. The biggest thing that he took away from the way they dominated EG is if you watch it from EG's vision, they don't see anything ever. They are always off map. And meanwhile, you just have these supports showing in lane and running up high ground with no teammates behind them.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, and it's not like Dream. We haven't seen them take a successful team fight in like 10 minutes, and there's no way they can take a team fight without Immersion. Like you said it best in that bottom lane fight, that was a bit of disaster for Gambit. It's like you ravage and you egg, and that's a good team fight.
Now Tundra, like the game's gotten late enough that suddenly 9, even though he went for this very, not off melee, it's just, bot BKB, he's very much in the game now. And even though he's so far behind Dream, if he just BKBs and links, he's giving his carry the win in that fight. Even talented for the static link damage steal, has +8 armor count, level 20. Definitely feeling
this game definitely feels like Tundra, absolutely, despite like the big team fight potential presence, Tundra faced off back nearly, but they're going to be looking on top of Dream once again, not chasing up to the high ground though. A bit of discipline there from Tundra as they pop these stone gates as well, but AS.Gambit, they see their opportunity with cooldowns out. They're going to go for 9 more. Inside the coil, Golden Brace going to be able to keep them alive a little bit longer, but there goes Ravage. Oh, the Wither's Curse gets Immersion inside of that next to Dream. Good turnaround there from Fada, but ultimately he is going to die, and Tundra is going to lose this fight. So, oh, never mind. Phase shift again, and he's able to get out of that soul by just using a threat whatsoever. Lincoln able to protect them a little bit more against the Dragon Tail. Afterlife staying on top of Skeeter, lowering the damage, and Dream is just letting them work. I'm not even sure 33 can do anything to stop this. Skeeter will eventually die. 33 barrels on in. Trying to be able to catch somebody and TP out, but it's not good enough. 9 with the buyback here. He's going to be slowed down. He's going to be caught. Gush going up. Vornoff actually doesn't have coil for another 25 seconds, so maybe they won't be able to kill him. They don't have any stuns to keep him in place, but still a big one team fight for AS.Gambit. Just as we were saying, they haven't won one in a while, and they finally do it.
Yep, I think we'll get the that was so sick. That fight is won because of the reflexes of Warden. So 3-3 went for the play. Instant halberd into stun. You saw the Lincolns get procced, but it's enough of a warning that he gets the phase shift off, survives, and now Tundra has committed onto a hero, and they try to make a play that just won't go in. First off, they really don't have any business going in so deep. 9 got greedy. He had a huge link, but just too far. Immersion, once again, just kind of wandering forwards, gets picked off by the Winner's Curse. You're going to see that there, but that only buys him a little bit of time. Yeah, the game's chilling, so we can keep going for the replay. Going up gets the 1 kill. You're going to see them. Okay, Fada's done for. We're going to chase for more, and watch this. Halberd, boom, juke. And now here.
During Soulbind.
Come on, man, you got to give him some kind of escape. Roomstorm's already strong enough.
And then Skeeter's left with nothing but just hiding. We're going to head back into the game pretty quick, and that will be Roshan being taken for AS.Gambit, G's for Afterlife, Aegis for Lornoff, and the Shard also going for Lornoff. So he gets the waiting rip. Once again, right up the aggression from Tundra. He's going to die first, but the rest of the team is able to follow up here. But the problem is, they don't have Ravage just yet. They've already used the coil. Lornoff is going to lose his first life. Supernova goes out. Skeeter pops the stone gates in response. Tundra is going to reset here. Bad fight for Tundra whatsoever.
Dire's
All they
courier
lose
has
is
been
Fauna
killed.
and his courier. Oh, the round going down for the blink away. 33 gets out before the
Dire's
tentacles
middle
could
tower
catch him.
is under attack.
33 on the other side. He fought over in order to catch him. Hello, the Scotty 33. He's dead. Cheater. He's going to be run down underneath the tower. They know they've got to buy back. They've got to somehow save Skeeter from this disaster. The team fight, but it's not going to happen. Partial kill for Lornoff. He's going to run down. Look for the ultra on staking. There it is. He has it. 4 down on the side of Tundra with a buyback from staking as well. AS.GMB in full swing of things, and even maybe catching 9 now. As Flux slows him down. Wasn't able to get a Scotty hit though, so 9's out.
Okay. Well, there's Agnes now on the puck. That's going to change things.
Dire's middle tower is
Gambit.
under
I
attack.
don't know if you call them outplaying. The fights are very strange. I'll be honest, Cap, on both sides. That is an impressive record for Dream, and really the reason that this team can
Dire's
play so
middle
confidently,
tower has
because
fallen.
yeah, they may have made some mistakes, but only 1 death on the Arc Warden. It was, as you said, that I won't repeat what you said. It was very rude,
Dire's
but he did
middle
make a
tower
very
is
silly
under
play at the
attack.
tier 1 earlier on in this game.
Dire's
Been
structures are
pretty
fortified.
dominant since then. Now 30k
Radiant
net worth. And
structures
yeah,
are
the BKB,
fortified.
he just straight up killed victory by himself, who has fallen off the face of the map in terms of net worth. Shout out to the MVP, fine on the Enchantress, once again
Dire's
opening the
middle
engagement
tower
by
has
running
fallen.
forwards into his own.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
barracks are
seriously.
under attack.
AS.GMB, it feels like strategy-wise has just countered Tundra. It feels like their draft is easier to execute when it comes to these team fights, and then, as you said, individual tactics of Ein always making it so Tundra
Dire's
does
middle
not
barracks
get the
has fallen.
initiation they're looking for. They
Dire's
never get on
middle
top of
barracks
Dream
are under
first,
attack.
you
Middle
know,
barracks
and that
has
that
fallen.
is oh, shit, I was gonna say it anyway, but that is the Dream, right? Is that he's just able to play the back line. I'm sorry, okay? I
Yeah,
couldn't
he's
think of another
a
word.
real nightmare for Team Tundra. You got that right, Cap.
It's the ideal circumstance, right? Is that he is not the one that's being dragon-tailed or static.
Totally agree. And he's just got so much gold now. 7,000 net worth. I do hope he spends his money. Has
Radiant
the
are
Titan
scanning.
sliver to boot, and a DD now to be bottled by the pup.
Ein is double
Doing what he does best.
Hey, Ein, our boy, look at him.
I was reading an interview with him. There's only one piece of media from, and basically, he's a huge Tokyo Ghoul fan, watches a ton of anime, and I think he's trying to employ that kind of strategy, you know, laying down his life for his brethren until he's respawned to the next series.
Tokyo Ghoul?
No.
Dire's bottom tower
I
is
know.
under attack.
I watched Matumba Man's retelling of it, and may have left out
that
some
wasn't
details.
even the right anime. That was Attack on Titan.
Bounty.
I appreciate the effort, though. That was good. You actually went through an interview with one of the players. That's a nice. Did you take that from me?
No, I found it myself. What is my trivia prediction?
Oh yeah, Tempest double kills. How many of them been killed by Tundra? I feel like not very many.
I'm gonna go with 4.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Definitely more than 1. Oh! Who's what? Come on. I've been counting.
Well done,
Because
Kyle.
I foresaw that trivia question, much like I foresaw an AS.GMB win, and they're on pace for it. There will be a BKB on Skeeter now, which should make things a little spookier, but the fuck Aghanims is already prepared.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Vlad's
attack.
on the Razor. This is to further input more damage into Medusa's hands, because ultimately that is the strat for Tundra here. And 3-3, unfortunately. The decision to go Halberd, I think he regrets. It's nice as the Lincoln's break, but the lack of BKB has made his last few team fights pretty unplayable. Ein, look for him to make the move. Okay.
Look for him to run up that high ground.
He's gonna do it, Cap.
Oh, they know where Ein is, so they know they can smoke around him. Oh, Ein has been countered. They're gonna loop all the way around here, get up on top of the high ground, and if they run into immersion, that would be ideal. They're gonna spot him immediately going out on it, setting up here. They can buyback from Immersion. They still want to take this team fight. Afterlife playing around this area, holding on to his Ravage, and now he's ready to re-engage if necessary. Playing support, but Tundra already back to a dream. Aggressive TP in, but this time around, it's a perfect situation for him. He's got the BKB. Winner's first going out, but the other one's already used. They were off with the Inkswell, but now comes the Rabbit. Hitting the Medusa, crashing 33 as well. Now they've got the Supernova on top. It's really biased. Making a deal with that. Burned down underneath the fire and the flames of the Phoenix is bringing the ultra kill. That was a great box in by him, making up for the 20-minute play. And
Radiant
Yeah, that was